Spock.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, no. You're not going to say anything?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome into the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life. I've had 3 glasses of wine, so there's a lot of S's in that whole intro. Do you think? So we are live in the Recipe Podcast studio. We're very proud to be here. We have a lot going on. And, man, Christian, did we have a good start to the afternoon or what?
Yeah.
Huh? I mean, we had the master, Erik Knowles, the brother of Beyonce, doing a little comic stand-up. What do you think about that?
Solid.
How'd you guys like that? Did y'all like that? Did you like that show?
Yeah.
We have I think I don't know, Bobbit. Is this our first? Is this? I have to go back. You know what? We have Jessica Cowan's in the audience.
What?
Yeah, an old some of our listeners will recognize the name Jessica Cowan. How you doing there, Cowan? Everything cool?
Great.
Everything good?
Yeah.
Is this our first live? Is this our first studio audience, Christian or Jess? I mean, I don't know.
I think
Bobbit?
so.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
We made history.
Well, good on us. Shit. Here, cheers to all that, Christian. Thanks for bringing the beverages. So we have a live audience in house, and we just listened to the great comedian Erik Knowles, and he did a stand up, and I think he knocked it out of the park, Christian.
You know, I was nervous about it.
Yeah. I saw you over there pretty there. What'd you think overall?
I was crossing my fingers.
Yeah.
Well, you know what the deal is? I remember once in a while when you watch the replays of the Playboy channel, and you remember this? And it was like it was Hugh Hefner, and he'd be dressed slick, right?
Yeah.
And he'd come in and be
Kinda
people
like
sitting
Erik.
around.
Erik's-
There'd be people sitting around, and they were kind of like just like fake cocktail, like looking at the person and the kind of bad acting.
Yeah.
And then he'd roll through, remember, and he'd be like, "Oh, and here's my
Why are
friend."
you saying remember to me like I was there with you?
No, I'm just saying you must have
knows
seen
you
it at
watched
some
it,
point.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you too.
I
know
must
you
have
seen
seen
it,
what?
right?
The Playboy channel?
They would be at the top floor of the Chicago
I don't know about
Playboy.
you.
Where were you-
I
where-
couldn't
what-
afford that channel. But
Yeah.
I mean,
No, if you watch the
Oh, yeah,
the
satellite.
replays,
The replays.
yeah,
3
'cause they'll
channels.
show it, especially now that Hefner
Is
died.
it like Sports Center? They just show the highlights?
So,
from...
no. What it is, it has nothing to do with Playboy the magazine.
Oh,
right?
I'm totally
So
lost
they're
now.
at the Playboy
Okay.
Club. They're at the top. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. And
right.
And Hef's interviewing somebody?
Right, not sort of, but he'd be real casual. He'd be like, he'd just come out and he'd
Is
be
he
like,
in his bathrobe? Is he in that robe?
no, but he would
Isn't
look
he
very.
always? Yeah.
He would look leisure, like satin, wearing satin or
Yeah,
silk.
he's never all the way dressed.
Copy.
So he would go and he would say, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, "Oh, and here's Diane Warwick," and then when she would get up and start singing in the middle of it, and everybody'd be like clapping along.
And then she would like read his palm.
Yeah, I mean it was like almost like a variety show, but he would just
I
talk
don't
a
know.
little bit.
Because she did that too in the 80s, and I thought we were just riffing on obscure references.
Right.
Oh no, like Solid Gold or something. But anyway, it's a tough format.
All right.
Yeah, copy
That's
that.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And Hefner, the only guy who could really pull it off is Hefner.
Right.
Now let's be honest, you're not Hugh Hefner.
I'm not.
He's the host,
Yeah, I'm
right,
not.
right.
Let's be
I have a lot of silk shit, but I don't.
Right.
I'm not Hugh.
Right. So Hefner could carry it, and it
Right.
would be like
Right.
Mom's Mabley would come out and like drop a few lines, and everybody would be like slapping their knee, and Sammy Davis would come out and be like Candyman, you know. You don't remember any of this?
When? When? What?
This was like in the
What?
70s.
Dude,
70s.
in the 70s? I was born in 77.
I know that, but they would replay that when the Playboy channel came out. They would replay that shit and be like, "Oh,
On the
throwback."
Playboy channel?
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So imagine
I didn't.
in the
Fuck.
80s or
Can-
90s.
No.
Can we time out a second here, Jay? Can you
What kind of
can you
rich family did you
rewind?
grow
Can you
up in?
rewind this? Because I asked a question on how do you think he did?
Yeah, about
and then
Erik.
now the fuck we're talking about.
I'm trying
You
to
have to know and silk.
I'm
and
saying
rope.
that was probably the hardest format
Right.
that you can do that in.
And he did great, right?
Yes.
He knocked it out of the park.
It's almost
Oh,
like
so-
That's the point of okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I should have just agreed with you. I'd be like, yeah,
You
I
know what?
remember all that.
It's almost like saying you're gonna break the record for swimming, 50 yards,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you get there and like everybody's in the pool. You know what I mean? Like, and then your lane is like singled out.
and then Michael Phelps won the gold medal, and then it was
Everybody's in the
pool.
pool, like kind of watching. Like, all right, let's see if you can do this.
Did you guys drug my water? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
All right, so we're back at the Recipe Podcast, Celebrity
Am I
Secrets to a
being
Successful
pranked?
Life. I'm your host, Chef Charles Carroll. What a great. Hey, you know what else I want to introduce to Bobbit? How you doing, Bobbit?
What's up?
You doing good? Venus flytrap, you're on fire. Things are good.
What is going on
It was a good
everybody?
set, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You guys are jacked.
Monica, things are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cold.
And still,
Yeah.
put your coat on. So, but everything's working. You sure? Bob, the buttons are working and stuff. I see Jay came in like 3 hours early, so everything was working pretty cool. Jay, you doing good?
You told me to be here at 3:30.
I did. Yeah, I told you because half the time shit doesn't work. That's why I had you come in. This is a big day, man.
It's
I mean,
punishment.
it's a live
You got
event,
punished.
right? And then of course we have the one and only Erik Knowles, the brother of Beyonce. Say hey, man.
Hey.
Hi, did you guys? I already asked you that, but pretty cool set, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough crowd. Was it a tough crowd?
They were polite. They were faking it. Man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, this was awkward for everyone involved.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to be polite. They heard there's free pizza. They're playing along. I can dig it.
No, but that was super
Yeah,
cool,
no,
though, man.
it really was tough. It's not the normal environment that I'm used to, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for sure. That's a tough
But it was
environment.
pretty cool.
But
Really, all you need is a bunch of people that are in the mood for it.
yeah, and half drunk, and I
That
think
helps.
we accomplished that mostly.
Yeah.
I also wanted to, Jay, if you can help me out, we're going to thank our sponsors real quick, and this is kind of a unique situation because we do have one of our sponsors in the room. We have Mills Duncan Jr. in the room. Say, hey, Mills, you doing all right, brother?
Yes, sir.
You having fun?
Yes, sir.
Attaboy. So Mills Duncan and his company, they will make and blend your specialty coffee, whether you're in a hotel or you're in a country club or wherever you are. Is coffees and teas. They'll do it a really fantastic job, and we love them because they're a great supporter of our show. And the tea is like the best in the world. It's the best world. It's just the way it is. So, Mills, thank you for being in the studio. And also, we have Aceway Incorporated owner Ricardo Acevedo, amazing guy. He'll clean and whether it's an office building or a kitchen or whatever it is you need to clean, they will clean it. And Texas Beef Council, we love them because they love chefs. And if you don't like beef, there's something wrong with you. And the Scoffia School of Culinary Arts, an amazing online service where you can take your education anywhere in the country. Just go online, and it's one of the best in the country with that. And the American Culinary Federation, the Bobbit and I are going on the road. Isn't that right, Bobbit?
Yes.
Yeah. When are we doing that?
August 4th through the 7th.
August 4th through the 7th, and we're going to Orlando, and we're doing the show live. Or it's not really live. No, we're doing the show in Orlando, and we're interviewing a lot of really cool chefs. Marco Pierre White, I told you about that earlier, right? That's pretty cool, right?
Big deal.
How many people get that interview, right? So we're going to be online. We'll be taking our podcast at the ACF convention. And if you're not registered, go register, for Christ's sakes. If you're in the hospitality business and you're not a member of the ACF, you need to be. So go on acfchefs.org. So there we have it. So here we are. We're back in the saddle again. And I'm out of town next weekend, and you guys are gonna do.
Those are like very bossy sponsors.
Are they? What do you mean bossy?
I mean bossy because you're like, oh, you need something clean, you go to this guy. You want some coffee, you need a blend, go to the other guy. If you don't,
so I'm being bossy?
Yeah.
You mean I'm being bossy? Not the sponsor themselves.
You don't eat beef, you suck.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
That's absolutely right.
I think that's the wine talking.
No,
It's really pushy.
well, if you want to listen to our show, and you want us to keep bringing the show to you, go out and eat some fucking beef.
You better eat beef, bro.
You know what I mean? That's important.
Right.
Oh, we're not going to bring the show to you.
This show is not for vegetarian, recumbent bike driving type folks. This is unplugged.
Yeah. So if you're not a listener, you didn't get that joke at all. So,
Yeah.
my daughter's she's a fan, so she knows the joke.
She
So,
has to be.
yeah, right. So how's
It's
everybody?
old
doing?
material.
Or she's grounded.
So I want to know about this. I want to know about the show next week. You gonna give any insight? So just a little heads up. I'm out of town on my vacation next weekend,
Oh.
and the committee decided to do the show while I'm gone. So I don't know. A little nervous about that.
No?
I'm not nervous about it
Why?
at all. I'm not. I'm anxious to hear it. I can't wait to hear it.
Am I
not-
going to be here for that?
Yes, come.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be here, and you guys.
This time we can cut loose, man.
Yeah. We can finally do what we've been wanting to do.
Like we can skip the sponsors straight up.
Just show them in the background.
I'll invite Duncan
Yeah.
and just like put him in front of the camera. Like here, there's Duncan.
Like,
And,
yeah.
Just to see their face.
Yeah.
No bossing around.
Today's
Just, this is
episode brought
sponsored
to you by this guy.
by this guy. He's
Whoever
holding
he
his
is.
coffee. Just pull him
It's
in.
like we're holding him hostage.
Yeah, he's
He
back
holds
here.
up a newspaper. so
Oh,
you
that would
can
be
tell what
funny.
day
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. Are you gonna put like duct tape? I have duct tape in here if you need it.
No, I'm not trying to hurt the guy.
No.
No.
So what's planned? I mean, everybody wants to know. All our fans want to know.
No, if I say what we're doing, then it's not a surprise anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna. What should we do? We should do something
But
crazy.
you do some good shit.
Are you actually doing some show prep?
Huh?
I've only been asking for help on show prep for the last 2 years. you
No,
know?
I don't. No, we won't do a lot of prep. We're just gonna set up scenarios. you know?
Yeah, and let reality play
And
out.
let reality happen.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, by the way, anybody in the audience, if you have any questions for the table here for Christian or Beyonce's
Hey, I was
brother.
listening today, and you said if you have swag, you're gonna get swag if you write
gonna-
in.
Oh yeah.
Why can't you just give it to them? What you have a raffle?
No, they
for the
gotta
swag?
work for it. They gotta work for swag. We have a little bit of swag in there. Yeah. So we have to figure out we should, Monica, figure out a game so we can give away something.
I told you, Ellen does that.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
they
We
give
have
stuff
some
away.
swag in here.
Ellen does
Bob.
that. The generous?
Yeah.
Are we trying to be like Ellen?
That's what he
Yeah.
said last podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Why?
he's gonna dress like Yellow.
I don't think I said that. I don't think I said I want to be like
We were
Ellen.
talking
Yes, you
about
did.
it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, he basically
Yes, you did.
did.
I said I want to be like Ellen.
I didn't say.
I
I,
think you
didn't
should
remember you
dance.
said it
Gay
like
white woman. That's what I want to be.
That's what I got from it.
You look like a gay white woman, so you might as well. You should dance every episode.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
Like Ellen.
If you came
Yeah.
in dancing every day,
You could dance just as white as she could.
Yeah. Yeah. I dance pretty white. I gotta admit.
especially to
I can
especially
tell.
to that intro music. You
Yeah.
should dance to that intro music.
Jay, you got any of that intro music you can cue up? No? God damn it, Jay.
Play the Macarena.
No. So, Baba, what's going on in your life?
Not too much.
No? What's going on? Anything new? I know you went to Splash Town, didn't you?
I did.
Did you lose any kids?
No.
No, you got everybody's
yet.
it was accounted for.
Yeah.
I know last time you went there were some creepers.
Yeah.
Every time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everything
None
was-
of them look like Reno. That's the biggest creep out there. Here, guys.
Hey, he even raised his hand to that. Yeah, he was proud of that. Yes, that's
There's
me.
a story behind that, I guess.
No, I was just in line, and this guy, like, there was these two young girls behind me, and this guy was just chatting them up the whole time, asking where they lived, where their mom was, if they wanted to go to the pool outside the fence with him.
Can you
So-
imagine?
I
Well,
wasn't having it.
I'm sorry. I was just worried about those girls. I was just trying to.
I mean, I'm sure they loved him too.
So Bob beat the shit out of him. That's what
No.
happened at the bottom. Yeah, she got down to the bottom of the slide and beat him up.
That was a good bit where you said the thing about about
kids.
I like little boys.
I like little boys. Yeah.
That's badass.
You can
I was
relate to
hoping
that,
somebody
Christian?
got
No, but I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it in terms of like Splashtown. Because
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's the perfect place for you for like
What?
I would never go to I'm saying that's the perfect place
Perfect place.
for somebody to spot a dude like just being weird. You know what I
You
mean?
hear that, creeps? This
No.
guy recommends Splash Town. Splash
What's the
Town
address? And our sponsor, Splashtown.
for all your tween needs.
No, I'm just like that's the perfect spot where like if I ever had to go to Splashtown, which I wouldn't want to go. Like I
Sure
would.
you wouldn't.
No, you have to wear like blinders. You know what I mean?
Holy shit! Yeah. So Bob, you can hook him up with a summer pass.
No,
you can.
I'm good.
You can.
You have a summer pass?
I do.
That's fucking weird.
You're the one talking about little
No,
kids.
that's weird too.
Holy
If,
shit!
it's,
it's
if
like
the
you have-
ticket is like $50, $60, why not just buy a pass for $10 more?
But
and
how
I
many
get to go
times do you want to go to
multiple times?
Splashtown?
Right.
I've never understood that in terms of Disney World. It's like how many times are you gonna do the It's a Small World boat ride? You know what I mean? Like you can only do that once in your life.
Some people do it a lot, man.
Yeah, but if you stand in line for an hour and a half, that's all you want to do it. Yeah.
Some people move to California just so they can go to Disney World all the time.
Yeah, that's whacked.
Monica, what's going on in your world?
Hey, are you talking Jay over there?
No, I'm not saying anything.
Oh,
Hey, do you
Don't
know?
be mouthing stuff.
Did you guys notice how serious Jay is today? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's all
Jay-
business.
He's
Yeah,
more
he's-
goofy than usual.
Not really.
Yeah,
he's got his earbuds in. He's probably listening to a different podcast right now.
He's pretty serious.
He's over there nodding.
I think it's because he brought a friend. I think he brought a friend. Now he's out of business now.
oh, come on, man, leave him
Yeah,
alone.
now he brought a friend. And all of a sudden, shit works. I mean,
Yeah.
everything.
You gotta show up.
She's a lucky charm.
Yeah.
He's like, look, babe, I do this every day.
Yeah. Shit always works.
Yeah, it
when I'm-
always works.
Yeah. Everything's good for you.
Yeah.
No issues.
No, just working for you.
So, bro, what's going on? You're on.
That was very like nervous. It's working for you.
All right, Eric. So what's the story, man? You're on the. You did a great set for us, and
Thanks.
that's all over the internet now. And you're on the road soon, or what's going on?
I'm at home for a couple more weeks, and then I'm going out to Sacramento. I'll be headlining Laughs Unlimited Comedy Lounge in Sacramento, July 20th, 26th.
Oh, he's got his agent in the
Through
room.
the-
I heard that. What is?
26th through the 28th, and then I'm going straight to Las Vegas. I'm doing a week at the Stratosphere, the 28th through August 4th.
Vegas?
Yeah,
Which dates?
at the Stratosphere.
Christian goes often.
LA,
Yeah.
Time to link up.
LA Comedy Club inside the
Hey,
Stratosphere.
his mom and dad are there.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
goes like
I've been there
every,
like 6
every
times
weekend.
this
He goes.
year.
We should.
Let's
we
link
should go.
up.
Let's do it.
You're not gonna be on a tight leash or anything.
No. Okay. No, she ain't coming, bro.
She's like, I'm tracking your every move.
Yeah. She'll be like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah. So in in a tribute, because those of you that may be listening to the show know that Eric is he's big into conspiracy.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Yeah.
Eric, this is the part of the show where he's like, "Eric, say something crazy. I brought 20 people this time."
So Monica, I hope that I know our computer went like freaked out during Eric's show, but we had something on Malaysia, the flight on Malaysia. Can you see that?
Let's see.
Can you? Is it? Oh, that one's gonna start. Shut that one off.
2019
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a cool car.
No.
Maybe I should lease one,
Yeah. That's a sponsor now.
whether we like it or not. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't. I don't know what's wrong with this computer. Jay, you gotta check out this computer because it's totally whacked out. There was a Malaysia flight something. I hope it comes up.
One of those tabs.
Oh,
No,
we're being hacked.
no,
Was it
that's
this one?
that's
Full
bloopers.
screen.
We're being
I don't think you pulled it up, so.
The Malaysian flight story just disappeared.
You know.
Is that what you're telling me?
Ah, very. I see what you did there. See?
Sharp.
That's why he's a comedian. This guy.
Hey, somebody's got to do something.
Google. Oh shit. Well, then I guess we have to skip that story. I can't remember
The
how.
one where it was like
That one
delayed.
vanished, so it's a mystery.
There was like 5 stories in a row.
Is it about planes
are the,
missing?
What are the titles say? I can't see. What are the titles up there say?
Justin
Says
Bieber,
Google.
Alex
That says
Morgan,
Google. Enter search,
Search Google.
here. It says, "What are you looking for?"
Oregon.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Right there.
Malaysia
Play
Airlines.
that and see what happens. Maybe it works. I don't know. We had a hard time here earlier. Yeah, it's stuck.
Playing.
So, what do you think about that, Eric?
That seems pretty crazy, man.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at that thing. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
It's weird how that plane's just floating in the air. That is odd.
Oh, here it goes. Okay.
A
Jay,
new
we have
report
no
on it.
sound. I don't know if that's off from you or off from us.
It's buffering.
No, it's just not playing.
New report. Okay, what's it say?
I love technology.
Bobbit, read it, please.
I don't have my glasses.
Flight 370
It
sheds
says a
light
new report on doomed Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 sheds light on the circumstances around its disappearance. No, I bet it doesn't. I'm willing to bet that we don't learn anything new from this story.
How does a spaceship that's how many tons disappear and nobody knows where this thing is?
That was a plane.
Right.
Right. Well,
Yeah, you're
it
right.
flies through space, though.
Yeah.
So
Technically, airspace.
So Eric, I know that in case
Inner space.
the audience here
Lower.
I don't know if know about Eric, but he is he's up on all these theories, right? So I know you have a take on this.
I'm not really sure actually.
make something up.
Should we go?
I'm sure.
He got nervous.
Should we go straight to Hitler
I'm trying to think.
or Man on the Moon?
You see why
yeah, I
I didn't
don't
want to
know.
stream
I'll
this?
choose Moon.
Well,
I choose Moon for 500.
let's do some research. Let's get into it. I'm sure we can find something. Let's look up who was there anybody famous on board? Was there anybody important
No.
on the passenger list?
I don't know.
Yes, I bet there was.
I don't know.
Well, let's look it up. Who's our guy?
Monica, is there something else
Monica.
you can do? What's the site of that and see if you can reboot
That
it?
thing's buffering.
Yeah, but see if you can get the site and just research it.
I guarantee you somebody important is on there.
I don't know.
It froze.
Oh my god.
This is rough. This is a rough start. Well, I think
Here, let's ask the phone. Okay, Google.
Siri.
And I don't have an iPhone. Thanks for pointing that out. Oh, and it's searching. I don't have an iPhone. All right, let's try again.
So
Who was on the Malaysian flight?
all 177 people.
How much is?
Other carriers, I just did.
Let's see. It was scheduled. This was in 2014. Why is this in the news again?
Well,
we
because,
can't. We don't know because it won't stop buffering.
Well, because I had a show that I wanted to bring up that was,
Do you want me to play out the ad?
huh?
That's why we didn't stream this.
Right.
Internet sucks.
So
All right.
the
You called it.
Good job, Jay.
Yeah, you picked the one thing I'm not aware of a theory on. It sounds familiar. I know that it probably has something to do. It probably ties into the.
do you have a story there, Monica? Is
QAnon
that
story.
I mean, I duplicated it. I can play out the ad.
it? Okay, play it out and see if you can turn the volume down. So,
I despise.
all right, so we'll pull that up. See how ready we are. This is how things work here
all
on
right.
the Recipe
All right,
Podcast.
we're rolling with it.
Just see, ever since you left, we've just been trying to plug shit up. By the way, how's Truck doing? How you doing?
Oh, here it goes.
All right, guys, everybody out.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, so you got to read this shit.
All
Okay.
right. So a new report on the doomed Malaysian Airlines Flight 373 sheds light on the circumstances around its disappearance. Presumed to have crashed into the Indian Ocean, experts believe lonely and sad Captain Zahari Ahmad.
sad.
Oh,
He
he
looks
was
sad.
lonely and sad.
Yeah.
So he deliberately steered the plane off course, rising the aircraft to 40,000 feet to accelerate, and then, they would have all become incapacitated. This is somebody's theory.
That shit blew up.
And then I bet everybody was like, oh, and they were choking.
Choking each other or
Searching for a motive. Some
Okay.
believe his emotional no. So he was sad, so he killed. I'm sad. First, let's
His
go up
marriage
high.
is bad.
the pass slept with some of the flight attendants.
Every pilot's marriage is bad.
So the planes are so-called black boxes. So we still not found the black boxes. Okay, that's
that's
another
something
story.
else.
Yeah, that's another story. How
Yeah.
can we not find anything about this plane?
We should keep that music playing. We should keep that music playing.
Do you like the music?
I like it. It was.
Jay, can you
was
put some
good.
music back on? Evan, I know you're big into history. Why can't we find anything? Why can't we find anything on this plane?
They're just hanging out with Amelia Earhart.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Malaysian crash.
Is there an island?
Passengers.
Is it an island somewhere? Yeah. Truck, what do you think? No? Not buying it?
I mean, but like the black box has got to be thousands and thousands of feet underwater. So
Yeah, but we always find shit, right? I mean, we landed a man on the moon.
I'm surprised.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, he woke up. You see that?
I wasn't paying attention. Try it again. No, we didn't.
So, according to Eric, we didn't land a man on the moon. Did you know that, Christian?
Yeah, man.
Christian, did we or did we not?
I don't know. I don't think so. You know,
You
when,
used to believe that before we met Eric.
when I was a kid, of course.
I'm just offering.
Why not?
I'm offering the idea that maybe we don't have enough evidence to believe it. I mean, it was the 1960s, black and white. They showed it to. I mean, something happened. They aired it and they showed something. It just doesn't add up because NASA today, if you ask them why haven't we gone to Mars yet, or why don't we go to the moon again? How come we haven't been to the moon since 1960s?
I thought the Challengers.
We
won
did
a
it with
bluff, right?
1960s technology, supposedly, 1969. And if you ask NASA today, why don't we go to Mars or to the moon again, they'll say plainly it's because we can't get through the Van Allen belts, the Van Allen radiation belts. They're between us and the moon and us and outer space. And we can't pass a human through it because the ions or whatever would
Sizzle you.
The radiation would kill you. Yeah. And if you ask NASA today, why don't we go back? They'll say that, and they'll also say, well, we had the technology, but it's been destroyed, and we can't duplicate it.
Which is the one that blew
Which
up.
doesn't sound.
So we shot
It
through
sounds
the,
like a child's excuse.
when we were
Yeah, like can't you? By now, we should be able to do much
Yeah,
more.
I mean, there's just a lot of things, and all that people will say, but I've seen all this footage and all of that. I mean, but if you go on Google or YouTube and just search the words NASA and hoax, and I would challenge anyone to watch 15 minutes of any of it. There's a whole 2-hour documentary called Something Funny Happened on the Way to the Moon that clearly shows the NASA astronauts faking that green marble where they show they show the Earth, as one big. It was the first time supposedly we'd ever seen the Earth all in one frame, and it shows them setting that up because somebody got that footage through the Freedom of Information Act back in the day. All of the unaired or all of the aired footage or whatever, but it shows them clearly they're looking through a hole, the round hole at the Earth below. They're up high somewhere, and it's just all blue because they're above the ocean, and they frame it up with the circle, and they turn off the lights, and they say, okay, yeah, that looks good. I mean, you can hear them talking. They faked the thing, and then they turn on the lights, and you see what it is. I mean, the information's out there. And
Audience?
It's just not popular. It's just not popular.
Everybody's going to be quiet now. Jay's going to say something.
They
Jay,
actually had a documentary
can you use the mic, please, Jay?
I am using the mic.
Oh.
They actually had a documentary recently, but it all steered to that it actually was real.
Oh, well, then all right.
Well,
See that?
I'm on your side.
You've been
I believe-
debunked.
All right, see that?
Well, there we go. I guess I'm full
I
shit.
believe it's fake.
So you
All right.
guys all been punched out again?
Yeah, a lot of people think that what's his name? They hired who directed The Shining,
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick, to direct the moon landing, and
call, Christian.
and that they did a lot of it in a place in Arizona,
Right.
that has
It's in a desert. Yeah.
these mountains, and you can overlay these conspiracy theorists have gone and found it and took the pictures at the location, and you can overlay those pictures on the pictures of the moon, and it's the same mountain features in the background, and that's the place where they trained the astronauts. It's not a secret place. They didn't just find some place random on the map where it kind of looks like that. That's where that astronauts trained for it out there in the desert, and it's the same mountains on the moon in the background.
Audience. We landed on the moon. Raise your hand.
I want to believe it.
No?
We did not.
Oh yeah.
We did not land on the moon. Raise your hand.
Confused. I don't know.
Okay, so we landed on the moon.
don't you
She
That's
has
just
to
the way
raise
it
her
is.
hand.
What's
The
that?
only thing
She
is,
has to raise her hand.
I'm not trying to. I don't expect to convince. I don't ever expect to convince anybody of anything. I'm just trying to open people's minds to the possibility that maybe some of the stuff we've learned growing up hasn't been the truth. I mean, we can look at other things and recognize that we've been lied to through our media and through movies and television that give us the wrong idea about something, but especially through our news media. I mean, I'm a Iraq war vet who went to Iraq because our media told us over and over and over that Saddam Hussein had frickin' titanium cylinders or something, and he was going to make, he had weapons of mass destruction, and and all of that turned out to be bullshit. And because of that, all the Marines that went over there and all the Army guys that went over there, and we went over there and did what we were supposed to do because we believed it, because we thought it was right, because we wanted to do the right thing, and we went over there and kicked ass.
Yeah, really cool mansions, though.
We
right?
committed some atrocities.
A lot of gold shit and stuff.
I heard some stories about Marines breaking off golden doorknobs out of Saddam's palace.
There's videos
and
of
stuff
that
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
But it was bullshit. And veterans today are coming to terms with that, and that's why the suicide rate amongst veterans is 22 a day. And that's the ones that they can count and report that are really recordable and reportable.
I've never heard that
It's
number.
probably more.
Shit.
That's a shocking number. Yeah, we shouldn't. It should really upset everybody who hears it. It's 22 a day that they know of. I mean, it's almost one an hour. During the time that we've been here doing stand-up and recording this podcast, 2 veterans have killed themselves.
Well, shit, man, don't bring us down now.
Well, I mean, I only bring that up to point out the fact that we get lied to.
Yeah, copy that.
And we're not easy. We're not difficult to trick. As long as we all kind of believe it, we all want to be a part of the crowd. Nobody really wants to stand up and be the different guy that says, "Hey, we didn't land on the moon," And I'm not trying to tell you that. I'm just saying that I'm open to the idea that maybe we didn't.
Right.
Because I look at all the other things that we've been lied to about over the years, and the moon in 1969, but we ain't been back since. When you start to look at some of these questions, and you start to look at some of the questions that other skeptics have asked that don't seem to be answered correctly, then it opens a lot of other doors. And just with 9/11, 9/11 for me, I'm a post 9/11 veteran. And I remember the first time I started hearing those conspiracy theories about 9/11 being an inside job, I felt pissed off. I was like, how the who the fuck is these liberal college kids coming up with this disrespectful story? And they made that documentary called Loose Change, and I remember sitting down to watch it with that attitude, like, let's see what these idiots are saying, And then at a certain point, somewhere along in the, I just had my jaw open, and I remember thinking, holy shit,
right,
these mother effers are right. I mean, I don't know the truth about 9/11, but I think anybody with a sensible amount of objectivity can look at it and know that what happened there wasn't what they told us happened exactly. The story's full of holes. Like 2 planes hit those 2 buildings, brought down Tower 1 and Tower 2, and Tower 7 fell down even though it hadn't been hit by a plane. No other building had ever been demolished like that from fire before or since, to fall straight down the way it did. We all remember how it looked.
It was an implosion, sure.
Yeah, I mean, it looked just like the Las Vegas hotels when they implode them. That had never happened before. In the 1940s, the Empire State Building was hit by a big-ass C-something bomber, and it burned, and they put it out by passing buckets of water up the stairs on a daisy chain of firemen.
But didn't they say that they hit the building exactly the top 1/3, knowing that the weight of the top 1/3 would bring down the rest once that steel melted?
So these untrained pilots who couldn't land a plane, these guys who were doing cocaine all night and partying, pretending to be radical Muslims, those guys knew exactly where to hit the thing.
Well, they trained for 2 years on it, getting ready for it.
They trained on Cessnas and stuff, and then they get in a 737 and do like the spiral maneuver so now we're talking about the Pentagon. So the Pentagon that got hit by a plane, even though nobody's ever seen a picture of that, the most surveilled building in our nation, our main government headquarters. There's not one angle you can walk around on that place without being on camera, but they haven't released any video footage or any still photographs that show a plane hitting that thing. The hole that it punched in the side of the building, there was no plane visible, so it punched through the building. The hole's smaller than the plane could fit through. I mean, it's like Wile E. Coyote stuff.
But there's plane remnant. There was debris of the plane.
There should have been. Your mind wants to remember that to make it all okay, but if you go back and look, there's not. There wasn't. There was a few pieces of wreckage. There was a whole tire, right? There was some landing gear out there. There were no witnesses today that will corroborate it, except for the one guy who. There's one guy. There's like one guy who's come out and publicly said, "Yeah, I saw it."
I remember he was on the Knoll Hill. There.
No, you're.
Oh, I was thinking of something else.
See, that's a common deflection that people do, is they'll start putting all the conspiracy theories together because it's getting too uncomfortable. I understand that. Like, we all have our things, but I've just been lied to. We've all been lied to.
Yeah.
We've all been lied to. And I would love to be a patriotic person who just believes, believe that our government is always benevolent and always run by the best people. But that's pretty naive, though. I'm at an age where I really want to know the truth about things. I think I can handle it.
Christian?
It doesn't crush me to think that we didn't go to the moon.
Hey, you know what? A lot of people that pose for both sides have good points. I just remember that, I guess it was the Challenger, the one that blew up.
Yeah.
When that thing blew up, I remember that was such a drag. And it was like,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, Jesus, like, we didn't really talk about it. Like, it was such a tragedy. And then after that, everybody was just okay with the fact we didn't try again. It didn't seem very American that we didn't give it a shot immediately after. Like, that's supposed to be, the American way. It was like, no.
You know what happened after that, though? NASA's budget got increased.
It's crazy.
They did get the money to start over. They got more money. NASA is one of our biggest.
It's probably so easy for them to get money.
I think it's our biggest slice of the pie. They have our biggest budget, trillions of dollars, trillions and trillions of dollars every year, or whatever. And what do we get for it? Some footage from an ISS feed, some people hanging on wires with their hair sprayed straight up. Look how it looks out here. Like, if you look at any of that stupid shit, it falls apart under the least amount of scrutiny. Like, seriously, look at ISS hoax. Look at that. I mean, and you'll find instantly something that makes you go, what the? Why is that? That shouldn't have been there.
All right, you know what? This
Look at. Can you pull something up? Look up. Go on YouTube and look up George H.W. Bush visits NASA. All right.
gets shoe thrown
I'll
at
show
him.
you guys something.
Oh, sorry.
No, this is his daddy, George Herbert. Yeah, Mr. Not Gonna Do It. So we can pull this one up. This one's very telling. So this is, George H.W. Bush visits NASA. Let's see if we can pull up what I'm talking about.
Something's up with his computer. I don't know what the deal is, but hopefully.
So this is at the end of his life. Let's see. Maybe we can narrow it down by adding a word. Put in a green screen there.
Green screen?
Yep. All right, go ahead and
computer's
click
not-
play on this first one. Let's see. All right, so here's George W. Bush at the end of his life, right there. All right, pause it. So they're wheeling him in to NASA, to the NASA headquarters there in Houston. ISS crew discusses life in space with the president. Can you go back a couple of clicks? Right, okay, that's good. Look in the top right corner. You see this guy, this astronaut right here, in front of what's called a chroma key green screen. And he's holding up a green ball or a blue ball. Like with green screen, you can't see the green thing. This is a more advanced version of that called chroma key. And it's a blue thing, and they have a grid so they can be a lot more accurate with it. Now, later that day, NASA published from the ISS the feed, and there he was doing something with a little bubble, a bubble of water in zero gravity. That's where all of our money, that's where our trillions of dollars in tax money has been going, to the biggest technologies so they can keep fooling us. The predecessor to Photoshop came out of NASA research. They invented it because all of their pictures of space are paintings. They're digital paintings. It's graphic design gone wild.
Well, there you have
Awkward
it.
silence with Erik Knowles. Tune in next week.
Actually, that's a cool name of your show.
Awkward silence
Awkward
with
silence.
Erik Knowles.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Could be a segment.
All right, so we are we are up against it. Actually, I know.
We're out of time.
I
was about to get weird.
But I don't know. I can't remember how many shows do we have.
He asked.
How many clips do we have up there? We do have breaking news, by the way.
Uh-oh. There's just
Like
in.
6?
Justin Bieber,
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
Christian's favorite. Justin Bieber, 25 years old, challenges Tom Cruise to a fight, a UFC fight.
How old is Tom Cruise now?
60, right?
56.
56.
Play that clip. I'm like, I hope.
I say we let it happen. There's no
I say too.
outcome.
I
One
think
of them loses.
All right,
That's
who-
good for
Tom
us.
Cruise.
Tom
I think
Cruise
Tom Cruise
kicks
could
his
fight.
ass, right?
I think they're.
I know Tom Cruise is like 5'4",
Yeah,
but
Justin Bieber's
He
probably
doesn't-
taller.
will this work? What's wrong with this computer? Here we go.
Why does he want to fight
That's
him?
an ad.
Step up or not?
I had it queued up.
I don't think
Mute it.
would have done what he
You guys
did
can't
if he
hear
knew
this,
that
right?
You were going to be here
Yeah, they're
after
gonna
he was gone.
hit us for copyright. There
They
you go.
used to hit. They used to.
Spider-Man. It's not real either.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Justin, you think you're gonna win? You're gonna win, though, Bruce.
Unfortunately, the audience can't hear
He
it.
doesn't want to accept your challenge. Can I see? You gonna win that fight? Can I see Jake
He's like,
Paul,
I
the
get
Jonas
win, I get
Brothers?
win.
Do you want to choose one of them?
He's like, nah.
You think youth over wisdom? But it's for real about Tom Cruise. You're gonna fight? But you guys are good friends. I just playing with that. Okay. You guys are good
He
friends.
said, no, I was just playing.
What's that
Yeah.
T-shirt?
You guys-
How's this a story?
I think that's
You don't
his
know
like
him, Lily?
That's his
Thanks,
wife.
good, man.
That's his
Story is like
No, that's one of the Olsen twins.
That's what I want to say.
Okay.
That's Drew Barrymore from.
I do that stuff.
That's Drew Barrymore from.
He does look like.
No.
It does look like Drew.
Yeah, we
Shirt
get
to
it.
wear. It is.
I'm pretty sure Tom would.
You sure you got a good laugh out of it?
I think he
You gonna beat Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Does TMZ just hire at Home Depot?
Joe, man, are you gonna beat him? Huh? That's what he was saying. So, all right, what's the odds?
The odds of. It sounded like he didn't even really want to fight.
No, he
to
said
me.
he was just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but I think we should make him fight. So who wins?
I think we should. That would be a
Yeah,
show
yeah,
I would
yeah, yeah.
watch where we force celebrities to fight.
Yeah, Christian.
Oh,
To
that's
the
right.
death.
Yeah,
MTV
what-
did that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Celebrity
Claymation.
deathmatch.
Celebrity deathmatch.
Let's just put that out.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like Tom Brady now.
I don't want to see Justin Bieber fight anybody.
Bieber?
Wow.
Bieber looks like Tom Brady's younger brother. or
Tom
something.
Brady, we're going to bring him back right now?
Well, I don't want to talk about
I would
No,
like to
let's
talk
not
about
bring that up.
I just said he
Eric,
looked
Eric
like
doesn't like sports. He
Yeah.
gets
No, but I'm not going to. I just say he looked like him. That's
he gets angry when we talk about
That's
sports.
all right.
Do you know us about that?
Sports are fake too.
Yeah.
Probably though, for real. Isn't it weird how every team that has a national or a natural disaster wins the next time? Katrina, the Saints won. The big storm over there. It's kind of weird, right? We had Harvey,
and then the Astros won.
And then the Astros won. Oh, awkward silence with Erik Knowles.
That's the next show. All right, so
You guys want to win? Pray for rain, man. Pray for rain, babe.
That's
That's my
Sammy.
Dennis Miller. I got a little Dennis
Oh, no,
Miller
I thought
there.
that was Sammy Davis, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of the same.
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, baby.
So what do we have to do, Eric? What do we have to do to have the Texans win?
The Houston Texans
Yeah,
win?
Houston. That would be the Houston Texans. Yeah.
I don't think they'll ever let that happen.
No hurricane's big enough to let
Well,
us.
we're going to have to change the name back to the Oilers, first of all.
Yeah.
Okay. So we need a hurricane, and we have to change the name of the team.
I think so.
All right.
The Texans, that's pretty generic. It's like, how can we appeal to everybody?
It's kind of like the Golden State Warriors because it's like, where are they from in the Golden State?
Yeah.
Oh, they represent the whole Golden State.
The whole.
And it's lame because
That's true.
Then they have their own teams too. LA's got their own team. Sacramento's got their own team. Why do they need so many teams?
Yeah.
Because we're
Just saying.
greedy and rich.
Name it after something local. Like, I don't know.
They should have.
The Houston drive-bys. What is it? The Houston crashing into a house.
Yeah.
That seems to happen a lot out here.
Yeah, I keep sending you guys. Do you enjoy the clips, or should I stop
Yeah,
now?
it's getting weird. Yeah.
No, well, I just wanted to.
Definitely getting weird.
I wanted to prove to you that it's real.
Does that take up memory?
It is. That was a.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, you know what I want to talk about? This is weird. Can I do it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's your show, bro.
Keanu. Have you guys noticed Keanu Reeves in your feed a lot?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well,
man?
John
They're doing
Wick
some kind of
4
psyop on us.
John Wick 4 or 5 or 6 just came out, so there's one thing.
Right.
He's a vampire.
It's
And something else
he's
came
got
out.
a great
What else have
PR
we seen?
team. Like they're just there's all these
No,
posts about
some-
how cool he is, what a great guy he is.
Something else just came out. Come on, Bobbit.
Always my maybe.
He's the internet's
What?
boyfriend now. They're saying.
Yeah. The new Netflix movie. He's a boyfriend in it. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh. Okay.
Toy Story 4. I am excited.
Always
about
My
that.
Baby.
Always my maybe.
Oh, that's right. That's the movie. That's why he's on all the. He's popping up everywhere. Yeah, because they're promoting the shit out of it.
Yeah, it's interesting the way they use social media now. They
Well-
like to make us think it's our idea.
All right,
Like,
so
you
this
know,
is-
yeah, he is a cool guy. Yeah. Oh, new movie, my favorite guy. He's like my boyfriend on the internet. I'll go see it.
Well, this is my theory. See, Jay's got. See
don't
all
know
that
what
shit
voice
Jay's
that
got over
is.
there. And see, he's got all these monitors and speakers and video cameras and all that shit. So the internet's going through all his technology and they're grabbing all our shit. That's why it's coming up.
Oh, probably.
That's what's happening.
They're tapped into this network?
Yeah. Well, of course, Jay tells these people about it too. Yeah.
No.
All right, audience,
Oh,
look
Jay in
at
on it?
We're gonna put you out of your misery. So we're going to.
I wanted to ask you about this, man.
We have
Yeah.
What is this thing
Let's
you're
talk
wearing,
about
man?
that.
It's like you're in the Illuminati of food.
It's Game of Thrones.
You're like a 33rd degree meat
Yeah.
mason or something.
Hey, but you know what? They want to make it look
I
like
was in the
he's
Game of
leaning on
Thrones.
he's leaning on those books.
Right.
But he's not leaning on those books.
That's
Look,
what Cowan built that.
They
That's why.
photoshopped those in.
Blame her.
yeah, that's like the moon.
Yeah. Green screen shit.
That's like
man.
the moon thing.
I was like,
You're in on it.
yeah,
dude.
man.
He wasn't
Yes, he wants to
actually
put-
there.
That's why he wants to talk about it.
I told everybody that I was the president of the world chest, but I really wasn't. Yeah.
Oh,
And then so Cowan
Too
just
bad we can't fact check that.
she photoshopped it, and then and that's what came out.
I'm talking about the
Yeah.
leaning on the books.
Huh?
Because what are the books there?
Does
Those
it not
books,
look cool?
Chef books?
Does it not look cool?
Like there's a book
It
about
looks cool.
hearts there.
Yeah.
What do you need to know about hearts?
Yeah.
What do you need to know about comfort?
Pornography.
There's a book about toast.
Yeah, seriously.
What more do I
Did you
need to
read
say?
that one?
It's food.
How long is that book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Toast.
if I remember
Toast.
correctly, it was like 148 pages.
What's that bottom one? My sweet.
Caroline.
He's got
Yeah.
toast. He's got marine breasts. That's
Yeah. Those are all BS books, man.
Hey, come on, man. I'm a reader, okay? All right, audience. I'm sorry. We're gonna let you out of your misery real quick. We're gonna let you choose the last story here. I'm trying to think. How many you got pulled up over there, Mike? Pay attention.
5 more.
Really? All right. Go ahead and read them off. Hopefully, one of them works. Read them off, and the audience can pick.
Alex Morgan, grandpa to be.
Oh, that's a gender reveal gone wrong. Okay, next.
Yeah. ISS. I think that's like the high schoolers. Well, I can't really say it.
Yeah.
ISS.
About the high schoolers, yeah.
So that would have been the kids that piled all the desks in the hallway and they're getting disciplined
And then best new
at school.
bloopers.
What was the last one?
Best new bloopers.
Oh,
News bloopers. Those
News
are always
bloopers.
great. I love those.
news bloopers.
I love when you
That's
get to
pretty good
watch somebody's
competition.
career end
All right,
live on
audience.
television.
So there used to be shows you could watch bloopers for 30
Yeah.
minutes.
What,
I
Sammy?
think we should talk about Alex Morgan.
Whatever happened to that?
Used to be a whole show.
So I think the desks are out. So we got bloopers and what?
Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan.
You remember who used to host
Yeah.
the bloopers? It was Johnny Carson's
All right.
right hand.
All right, go
Ed
ahead.
McMahon.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, guys. I have no idea what this is. I should know.
It's about.
Oh, now this is the soccer players.
And we got to do an ad.
Trick in person.
Oh, look at that.
You know, all of these were queued up. That's what I don't know. What's,
I don't know. It was acting really weird.
They're getting too smart for that, man. They know when you're trying to not watch the ad.
no, this is a soccer deal here.
The U.S.'s game on Sunday versus Chile. Former U.S. international.
All right, you guys can't hear this. Jay, why can't they hear it?
Current U.S. international.
Turn on one speaker, can they hear
Alex
it?
Morgan. Megan Rapinoe.
So the deal
joined
is-
us.
Ooh, that's annoying.
You guys heard a lot of that Tuesday as
We
well.
actually had it queued up. If you queue it
I
like
can barely hear you.
like
I do
about
this
3-4
every
minutes in.
Screaming, we're yelling.
So this bit is about
It's close.
I mean, Alexi's
the
great.
women team
But you do
celebrating
look like you just got
13 to
off tour,
nothing.
by the way. I'm
I'm actually doubling
13
with
to
the
nothing.
tour and a tournament.
That's right. Fellow Golden Blazer. Love,
And after the
love,
12th
love,
to
love.
13th
One
goal,
day you guys
Christian,
may know
they're
about
celebrating like it's their first goal.
Look,
Yeah.
let's start
So-
talking about
Too
this
much,
tournament and France.
They were beating up on a team that sucked.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, Sam. What did you say?
How did that
Oh, they just beat Chile. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but Chile lost 3-0. They looked pretty good in that game.
I mean, well, we got to watch
3-0.
every single game since we were the last team on our last day, which was difficult.
All right,
but
here's
I
the
think
response.
For us,
Here-
you know, absent of
Is this
every
the one?
other team, we always want to send a message. We
Okay.
always want to play well and start on a really strong foot. And obviously, having such a long time to wait, I think everyone was pent up and just excited to play. So I felt like we were really happy with the way that we played.
Still not
Obviously,
talking about the
Thailand not the
celebration.
strongest opponent, but for us to be able to just get out there and spread the goals around, a lot of people had a good feeling after that.
So the question is, is it cool to celebrate like you just won a Super Bowl after your 13th goal?
I hope to bag a few in that game to get the tournament started off right.
This is Eric's favorite subject, by the
Did
way.
you expect to score 5? What were your
Nobody
thoughts going into
deserves
the
to
game?
celebrate
I
anything
don't know. I
in
think
soccer.
that when we first got Thailand in our group,
You're talking to the wrong guy now.
We only have played
This
them
is
really
Mr. Soccer over
once
here.
in the last couple of years and didn't know much about them. They've played some quality
All right,
opponents.
okay,
They
so
only
this is
lost
the-
1-0 to France
this is Korea.
earlier,
Who's
maybe
this
this
now?
year or
They're
something.
playing?
So we
Thailand,
don't really know
okay.
what to expect. But
First
obviously I had a
off, I
personal
think
goal set
look,
for myself.
the goalie is
I exceeded that.
4'9".
Smashed that. Was happy about that. But
Watch.
Can you tell
Here
us
you
what
go.
the personal goal was?
it was
Right here.
4.
I got no
It
chance.
was 3.
Look,
Goal
look,
was a hat trick, and
not
she
even
got
close.
5. That's pretty
Like
impressive.
Yeah,
she's
not bad.
literally 4'9".
A lot of talk about the celebrations.
Huh? I mean, am I
Specifically your
right?
celebration. What was going on with
All
that?
right, you can pause that.
That's actually a shout.
All right, so
Timeout.
so I have two questions here. Why would you pick a goalie that's 4'9"? Christian?
I don't know. Maybe she's quick.
Because you're the soccer expert at the table here.
Listen, here's the thing about it. They were playing a team that was way inferior. What they're saying is they had pretty couple
What
good
team
games.
was it?
Thailand.
Thailand, 4'9". That's probably the tallest person in the country.
So, yeah, you're right. And the part of it is like the skill is way different because everybody in the U.S. team plays on some kind of a league. And in some of these other countries, these women don't have any organized teams to play on except the national team. Now, all I'm saying about it is you should definitely get an opportunity to celebrate. But in that kind of a game, you got to put in your bench. Like, I mean, I know you can only put 3 benchers in, But don't leave somebody in for the whole 90 minutes who scored 7 goals. I just think that's a bit much.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Yeah,
Who cares? It's a competition. You win as much as you can. You shouldn't
It's not
apologize.
their fault that they're good.
It's rude that they won
No,
so much.
It just doesn't can't feel good to be score on that little shrimp. You know what I mean? Like they just kicked it over her head.
So when you score, you don't feel good?
Not if I'm scoring on a kid. If I'm scoring on a kid, I'm not like, in your face. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you are, though. Yeah, you are. You're so like
maybe, but that's not on TV.
You obviously don't have kids.
No.
There's nothing funner
So
than
this is my
dunking on a
point.
7-year-old.
This is my point. I think they should score as many goals as they possibly can. I absolutely think they should score 13, 15, 20. I think they should do that. But to celebrate like
it's the first time,
like
ever.
it's the first, like you've never been there before.
It's too much.
After 13, 14, I don't think that's cool. I don't know.
Look at how Messi celebrates goals.
You think it's cool?
Yeah.
I think the women's celebrations
when you score
are.
when you're playing sports, you're supposed to celebrate.
Right.
It was
I don't know
similar
about
first
that.
baseball where you score multiple times a game.
It's too many.
All right.
It's too many celebrations.
But in soccer, it doesn't happen a lot.
Right.
Yeah, but.
All right, hold on, everybody. Evan, what are you saying?
I'm saying, but it's not like other sports like football or baseball where you can have
or basketball.
multiple home runs.
Yeah.
And basketball you score all the time.
So you're saying celebrate the shit out of it.
Yeah, because you
All
never
right.
know. They may never go back to the World
Anybody else?
Yeah. Seriously.
Everybody else? Okay, I guess it's a slam dunk.
I don't like that.
They're fine.
celebration.
Whoever,
You don't like
whoever's
it?
complaining sucks.
Too much.
Number one.
All right, listen, I appreciate the audience. You're all super cool for hanging out in this studio and hanging out. And big thank you to Big Erik Knowles. Give him another round of applause for being super cool and bringing down the house.
See
and
that, babe? That's for me.
Yeah.
My wife's rolling her eyes.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in and having some fun here. And also, Jay, to thank our sponsors real quick again, Dunkin' Coffee, Mills, Dunkin', and Junior's in the house. Thank you, Junior, for supporting us. Ace Way Incorporated, Texas Beef Council, Scofield School of Culinary Arts, and American Culinary Federation. Appreciate y'all. And again, Jay, thanks for making everything work. Bobbit, Monica, Venus Flytrap.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it. And so in case all of the fans that are in the audience and those that are listening, Venus is heading up the show next weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm out of town. So it's this is the first ever. There's a lot of firsts going on here. Isn't that right?
First time on the moon.
Yeah.
We're going to the moon next week.
Well, that would be a first now, wouldn't it?
I'm going to put us on the moon.
Yeah. We're going to get up there and be like, why did we ever come here?
So Venus
You're
is
going to be the one that gets off the spaceship.
Yeah.
You're getting
The
off,
first
dude.
step.
Right.
You know who's gonna?
I'll do
You'll
it.
be the
build our
official.
stuff?
I'll be like, this is fake.
And then while you're floating.
Yeah. This will be
who's going to hit
moonwalking.
the golf ball? Which one of you guys? Can you play golf?
Yeah.
Did somebody actually hit a golf ball?
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
want to know? You want to know a tidbit?
Everybody knows
You
that.
want to know a tidbit?
Yes, please.
That putter or whatever. Sorry,
It was a
9-iron.
driver.
It was a 9-iron, wasn't it?
It was a driver.
It doesn't matter.
Erik,
but
you know.
Listen, hold up. The golf club they used in that studio that day
Is in our club.
was from the club.
Yeah.
It was actually came from the club.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
From here in Houston.
Yeah.
Well, that proves it.
See,
then.
that's true.
You guys really went there.
But we can probably find that golf club
And we can
check it for matter.
Yeah, let's inspect
And
it.
as a matter of fact, my team prepared all the food for the shuttle that trip. We made that food.
That's not true.
No, it's true.
Freeze dried it.
And there was Dunkin' Coffee on that flight too, by the way.
Nope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. And remember, you're special, you're great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time.